What's good? What's good, everybody? Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on some a comment, right, that a lot of people overlooked that Stephen A. Smith said when he was talking to Gilbert Arenas, and they were talking about that GOAT debate, right? And basically, it was Stephen A. Smith was trying to make the case that LeBron James was better than Kobe Bryant. And a lot of the examples that Stephen A. Smith made really pointed to the other direction because number one, he brought up that 2011 series where LeBron James just got demolished by JJ Barrera and Jason Terry, right? That more so makes the point that LeBron James is not the GOAT because Kobe Bryant nor Michael Jordan never, they never experienced anything like that. Whereas though somebody JJ Barrera size would be able to shut down Michael Jordan, or somebody Jason Terry size would be able to shut down Kobe Bryant. Like that really wouldn't happen. Never did happen. But something that Gilbert Arenas said really also points to the fact that Gilbert Arenas don't really have any credibility. Like these guys, Gilbert Arenas and Stephen A. Smith, they just say anything really, and just think that people will just go for it just because they have a mic in their face. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the audio from that, and then I'm going to point out what it is that Gilbert Arenas said that just was just so, it was just basically bullshit. But I'm gonna play the audio from it, and then I'll react.
Here.
And then you see somebody like yourself, his age is zero, and then you dropping 60 on somebody. That shit matters. And so you think about those moments, and then you go back to LeBron and his greatness, and you say, yeah, it's there, it's legit. But we do remember the finals against the Mavs. We do remember that you struggled in the fourth quarter of 4 consecutive games. We do remember that J.J. Barea and Jason Terry were guarding your ass, and you didn't do something about it.
2 excellent defenders.
Hold up, did you catch that? He said that LeBron James struggled in the 2011 finals in the fourth quarter of all those games, right? And then he also said that JJ Barea and Jason Terry shut LeBron James down. And Gilbert Arenas added to that against 2 excellent defenders. When have you ever heard, and I'm a big fan of Jason Terry. I followed Jason Terry from college, from Arizona into the NBA. And I like JJ Cabrera. I thought his NBA story and his road to the NBA was it's very impressive, right? For somebody his size to be able to get to the NBA and have the effect on his team as he did. But nobody have ever said that JJ Barrera and Jason Terry were 2 elite defenders or excellent defenders like Gilbert Arenas just said. And so Stephen A. Smith kind of like he shuts that down immediately. And I'm gonna play what Stephen A. Smith said to that.
Well, no. So I'm just saying that you look at something.
And if you hear Gilbert Arenas is even laughing, because he know how crazy that bullshit is, man. You can't sit up there and say JJ Barrera and Jason Terry were 2 elite defenders. You got a guy that's 5'10", if he's 5'10", and another guy who's 6'2". The guard position in the NBA, those are where your weakest defenders are because size matter. You could post these guys up, you could shoot over them. Like you very rarely have somebody at that guard position at 6'1", 6'2". That's a dominant player. They got to be at least 6'3", 6'4". It don't work like that. Size, height matters in the NBA. So you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna rewind that, man, because that just was so funny when he tried to sneak in there that these guys were elite defenders, man. And where they do that at? Let me see if I can get back here.
His comments here.
And then you see somebody like yourself, you know, it's Agent Zero, and then you dropping 60 on somebody. That shit matters. And so you think about those moments, and then you go back to LeBron and his greatness, and you say, yeah, it's there, it's legit. But we do remember the finals against the Mavs. We do remember that you struggled in the fourth quarter of 4 consecutive games. We do remember that J.J. Barea and Jason Terry were guarding your ass and you didn't do something about it.
2 excellent defenders.
Well, no. So I'm just saying that you look at something like that. That don't stop you from being number 2, but it'll stop you from being number 1 because you know what Jordan would have.
No, he said that don't stop LeBron James from being number 2, but it stopped you from being number 1. Like JJ Barea would have stopped Kobe. Like they would have stopped JJ and Jason would have stopped Kobe. They would have stopped Dwayne Wade. They would have stopped you couldn't put JJ Barea or Jason Terry on a number 1 on any team, a championship caliber team, and expect them to have. It was LeBron. LeBron James, his ball handling was trash, and his jumper was trash. And so all they did was just allow LeBron James to shoot his jumper. Even the Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett said, yeah, we wanted LeBron to shoot the jumper. The same thing when the Spurs played against, they made LeBron one-dimensional. They allowed LeBron to shoot. He wasn't going to be able to bowl his way through the lane and get no easy shot. They allowed him to shoot. And that's when LeBron James struggled. He don't have a game where as though he could, he can play with his back to the basket. So, they didn't have to worry about LeBron James posting up smaller players or anything like that. If that had been Kobe Bryant, Kobe would have posted those guys up and scored every time down the court. And that's no exaggeration. That is no exaggeration. Kobe would have posted J.J. Barea up and Jason Terry. They could have double teamed him. It wouldn't have mattered. He'd shoot over both of those guys. Kobe's 6'8" and had excellent footwork and was used to playing with his back against the basket. He had a fadeaway. And not that he would not have faded away against those two guys, but Stephen A. Smith and Gilbert Arenas, man, they already don't have any credibility. But when you start going around making statements like this, man, you throw a wet blanket on your credibility. Let me go back to some more of what these guys said. But even Gilbert Arenas had to laugh when Stephen A. Smith was like, no, you getting carried away with that. You're getting carried away. So let me go back to the rest of what what this guy said. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. I want to go back, man, because that just was so
Done because
funny.
Jordan did it.
That just was so funny, man, when this guy gonna come in there and holler, 2 excellent defenders. That's the first time I ever heard that.
Zero, and then you dropping 60 on somebody. That shit matters. And so you think about those moments, and then you go back to LeBron and his greatness, and you say, yeah, it's there, it's legit. But we do remember the finals against the Mavs. We do remember that you struggled in the fourth quarter of 4 consecutive games. We do remember that J.J. Barea and Jason Terry were guarding your ass and you didn't do something about it.
2 excellent defenders.
Well, no. So I'm just saying that you look at something like that. That don't stop you from being number 2, but it'll stop you from being number 1 because you know what Jordan would have done.
You know what? Like if that was pre-recorded, that's the kind of shit like you edit out. You just edit that out. That's supposed to be on the old school used to say that's gonna be on the editing room floor. That type of material right there. When somebody hollers something like that, J.J. Barea, Jason Terry is an excellent defender. That right there goes on the editing room floor right there because that just Stephen A. Smith couldn't let that go, man. That was so funny. Even Gilbert Arenas had to laugh at himself for saying that. But let me listen to some more of this, man. These guys are comedians.
Because Jordan did it. So those kind of things, again, it's all debatable in people's eyes, but not to me when it comes to Jordan. Not and then they say, well, why not Kobe? With Jordan. I said, because Kobe idolized, and practically it was the greatest imitation of Michael Jordan we may have ever seen. And
so why should that hurt? If he idolized Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time, why should that hurt Kobe in his, him being in the GOAT debate? Why should that hurt Kobe being considered above LeBron? Everybody, I mean, he makes the case that without even, he's just making the case that that Kobe is better than LeBron. Because everybody says that Kobe Bryant is the closest thing to LeBron James that they have ever seen. And Kobe Bryant is the closest thing to Michael Jordan that they've ever seen. And Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player. And so that just stands the reason that Kobe would be number 2. So these guys, man, they just talk in circles. They, like I said in other videos, I just think that all of this, once Michael Jordan come back to NBC, I think a lot of that LeBron James being number 2, Stephen A. Smith, I already seen like Colin Cowherd is backing off of that. Kendrick Perkins is backing off of it. I'm looking for Stephen A. Smith and Nick Wright to back off of it, especially once LeBron James is out the league, and then you got Michael Jordan sitting up there explaining to people, giving play by play on how the game should be played. That's gonna be must see TV anyway when Mike get back.
In terms of style, right? Still came up one title short. Still got
one title short, but he still have more titles than LeBron. Now LeBron has more losses in the finals than anybody. Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson. LeBron has more finals losses than anybody. I don't see, this guy Stephen A. Smith don't have a leg to stand on.
Beat up in the NBA Finals twice. You remember that, and so it's like you're up there, you're great, but who you aspired to be, you never caught nor eclipsed.
So if Kobe, he said who Kobe aspired to be, he never caught him. So that's still, in my opinion, don't hurt Kobe. If you're chasing the best and you don't catch the best, that don't mean that you can't be number 2. Stephen A. Smith, man, like I said, these guys are comedians. They really need to go out on the road. These guys are comedians. You aspire to be them. LeBron, I don't know. Stephen A. Smith just talking in circles. And the more he talked, the more he heard his own case.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you look at it. So you come to the conclusions for a variety of reasons. But my thing is, I'm not disrespecting you. We're having a conversation about the greatest. You're in the conversation. There's no reason to feel disrespected. It's just a matter of whatever somebody's opinion is.
Yeah, man. Kobe in my book is number 2. Because he is the closest thing to Michael Jordan that and everybody admits it. You can't deny it. Kobe just was a workhorse. He was a gym rat. And once Kobe lobbied to he played a part in getting Shaq ran out of Los Angeles, and then he won those 2 rings right there. I mean, that just took a lot of nerve, man, for Kobe to feel like he could win without Shaq and then go out and do it. That's unprecedented. I don't think Kobe gets enough credit for taking the kind of chances that he took and having that confidence in himself that he had. And then now you have Stephen A. Smith and you have Gilbert Arenas running around here saying that J.J. Barrera and Jason Terry were excellent defenders. That was just, when I heard that, man, that just was the funniest thing I ever heard. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. With that.